Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how I sew in my signatures into a journal cover. So the first thing I do is I grab all of my signatures and I measure the center, and then from the center, depends how much space there is here, I usually go either an inch or an inch and a half to from each side of the center and punch holes there. The reason why I punch holes and not just sew through is because my signatures end up being pretty thick and it's really hard to sew through that many pages at the same time. Even though my needle is pretty big, that's the one I use, it just makes more convenient for me to punch holes. And I do the same thing in my cover here. So I find the center, I draw a line, and then I find 2 inches away from, I mean not 2 inches, an inch and a half away from the center on each side, and then I punch holes. And here then I find I find 5 equal distance. So from here, 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 that's 5 different ones, because you're gonna punch a hole between in between the 1 and 2, the 2 and 3, the 3 and 4, the 4 and 5, and so on and so forth, depending how many signatures you have. So I usually punch holes. Here I did it with a needle, so you can see how small the hole is, and usually it's very difficult to get a thread, I mean a needle and a thread, through that hole, especially if you have to go through a lot of signatures. See, it is still difficult to do. Twisting. Okay, so this is the reason why I punch holes. And the punch holes, I don't use a regular hole puncher because the hole is a little too big. What I do is I use this crocodile, which is dirty for some reason, and I use the second little punch thing. I don't know if you guys can see, it's right there. That's the second one. And if you go to this one, this is the regular one, and this is the one I use, the small one. So after I punch all the holes through, I get my needle and thread ready. Actually, let me go ahead and show you how I punch holes on this one, since it didn't finish. Okay, so you can definitely just make holes with your needle and thread and sew it by hand like that if you don't have a puncher like this. This is just what works best for me. So what I do is I put, usually what I do is I find the center and then I draw a circle with a pen or a pencil, and afterwards I erase it. That's why you can still kind of see the lines right there. But anyway, I put it under there, find the center, I squish it down a little bit so I can see the little hood there, and then I just go ahead and align the hole with it, and then I punch through. 1, 2, almost missed the hole, and 3. There you go. And that's how it looks like from the other side. Okay, so that's how it looks like. Let me clean this little things up. Okay, so then what I do is I grab the thread, and a lot of people sew them in together, like you sew in the first one, from the first one you go to the second, from second, third, fourth. I like to sew them individually so I can have the tie in the middle of the signature. So this is how I do it. I start by putting my thread through one of these pins that are holding it, only so that I could leave a tail behind. And then go from the middle of the signature to the middle of the book. This is the front. I like to sew I like to sew the back signature first. Because it just works better for me. So you go through the top, you put it through the, I like going from the back. So I put it through the middle of the back one, pull on it, so it's aligned. Then you go through either, you can either go to the top or the bottom. I'll go through the top and put it all the way through. Sorry guys, my camera just cut out, but what I did is I went through the top, through the middle to the bottom, then to the top, from the bottom to the middle, from the middle to the bottom, and that's where I'm at right now. So after you join here, you're gonna pull this thread out. You're gonna take this one off of a needle, and you're gonna put this thread, the longer one, under this thread, then pull on both of them in the opposite directions, and then tie a knot, and then tie another knot. And then what I do is I leave the little tails behind, and I cut it. So there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and do all the other ones. I will show you, so you can keep on repeating it, if just in case if you don't understand how it's done. So I'm just gonna keep on doing them all. But before I continue, I just wanted to show you the different kind of threads you can use. So I use this one right here for this journal because it's already blue and I just want to add more blue to it. This is the one I use, and since I'm using the bigger holes, I go ahead and use a thicker thread. For my other journal here, you can see I used the holes, but I've used a thin thread, which works, and it kind of looks cool, and I really like that. But I think it looks better when it's filled in a little bit more. But so I use different kinds of that specific thread. I have different colors. I buy them at the dollar store or Target dollar section, stuff like that. And then I have this thread that I use by H.H. Lisbeth. It is Egyptian cotton. So it is 210 yards, and it's pretty thick. And this is the one I like to use for my books and stuff. But whenever I'm making journals like this, I think I prefer using this. I just like that better. I do have a bunch of different threads that I like to use. I don't have them handy right now, so I will put a picture in right here so you can see it. So let's go ahead and continue with the rest of the signatures. So the next thing I like to do is I like to remove the paper clips. Now you can see how the signature would look inside. And this is the back of the back of the book. So I'm going to go to the next one. So what I'll do is I'll get the thread prepared here. And then put that through the needle. Alright, and then I'll just grab one of the next signatures. Let's see which one do I want to have next. Flower, yeah, I'll do this one. So I'll put through the one of the pins here first to secure it. Just pull until I only have a little tail left. There you go. Then I'll put it through the middle. Okay, let me fix that thread. So if its thread is a little too long, just pull on the short tail and it will make it a little bit shorter for you. So whenever you do sew the signatures in, if you have papers in here that are one-sided, so meaning not one-sided, sorry, the right side up, make sure they're right side up before you sew them in. I have made journals and signatures that I've put in, and then they realize that they're the wrong side up, and then they have to take the stitches out. One of the reasons why I do it signature by signature instead of sewing them all together, because if later I notice something is wrong with it, I can just take that specific signature out, flip it around, and sew it back in. So then I'll go ahead and put it through the middle. Let's see. Oops. Through the middle, put that down there. Then I'll go ahead and flip the book so you can see. Put it through. Let's see. There you go. So through the top. Okay. Then back through the middle. Over, pulling it to make it a little bit stronger, and then through the bottom. Okay, and then here, since I'm not taking the thread out, all I'm doing is putting my needle underneath the first one. Pull on this little tail to take it out. Pull them in the opposite ways. And then tie once and tie it twice. Now, the excess, and you're ready for the next signature. Okay, next one is going to be my flowery wallpaper. Put it through the middle. Also, if you don't want to put it through here and you're afraid that it's going to get caught on the paper, I make a little knot, just stick it in like this. And then put it through the center. My signature should look like, okay, there you go. Put it through the center. And then you can see that the tail's there. So pull on the thing, release the tail. Okay, now flip it over. Put it through the bottom. See, it doesn't really matter if you go up or down. This time I went to the bottom instead of to the top. So, whichever way you prefer. Just making the thread bigger. There you go. So I went through the bottom. So then I'm going to pull on this to make it a little steadier. Go back through the middle. So I'm going to open this again. Go back through the top. Go under the one that you already made. Take the thread off, tie it up, tighten it up, and now tie it up 2 knots. We have 1, just make the last one. Okay, so take this guys off. And the reason why I do the paper clips is so it keeps the signature in place and the holes are aligned with each other, because not all of my papers are the same length, and that's the reason why I like to put the paper clips on it. Okay, so now the last signature. So here's where you see that the holes were handmade by the needle. So let me go ahead and fix this first. Let's see. Okay, so I'll put it through the middle. There, put it through the top, and then the top. Put it through the middle again. And then through the bottom. Under it. Grab the tail. And then pull. Tie. And tie. There you go. Take the last paper clips off. And your book is all sewn in. Alright guys, this is it for the tutorial today. Please let me know in the comment below if you have any questions and if you like this and if it helped you at all. Please like the video if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. Bye.